Everybody's been saying Bitcoin is going to explode at any moment. The actual price action, though, has been almost perfectly sideways. So what's going on, and when are we going to start moving again? It's been a rough couple of days. Yesterday, my computer got the new Plaid update, as you can see over here. And I basically spent most of my day yesterday trying to fix my desk so that wouldn't happen again. Anyway, my new monitor will be here Sunday, and hopefully from now on I'll have better luck with computers. Like I said though, the price action has been pretty much sideways, so I guess I didn't miss very much. And everybody's been expecting the price to explode because of the ETF inflows, but it looks like there's a little bit of fear that might be creeping its way into the market. Here we have an article on Yahoo Finance that says the ghost of last year's regional bank collapse still haunts the banking sector. As I covered in my last video, it looks like the New York Community Bank Corp is in the middle of collapsing, as its stock actually plummeted more than 40% on bad earnings a few days ago. And now there's risks of contagion, as this might actually cause other banks to start failing, like it did back whenever the Fed had to bail out banks about a year ago. And there was even fears that Ripple might have been hacked, but it looks like it was just one of the co-founders' private wallets being hacked. And while that might mean that the Ripple network is secure, I feel like if one of the co-founders is pretty lax on security like that, then maybe that kind of lackadaisical attitude has crept its way into the development process. So maybe there is a little bit of warranted fear around the possibility of some kind of security issues with Ripple and XRP, but I don't really think it's very much to worry about at the current time, because it does seem that the actual blockchain is secure. And while this does seem like an issue you wouldn't really think that a co-founder of a big crypto project would be running into, I guess anybody can get hacked, and I think that eventually, really already probably, this news is going to be totally forgotten about, and people are just going to continue using Ripple and XRP as normal. We did have the Fed meeting, and it looks like now instead of a 50-50 chance of a pause or maybe a cut in the next meeting, it looks like we are expecting a continuation of the pause in the next meeting, meaning that we're not actually going to be seeing a cut. But according to these probabilities, it looks like the market is basically expecting a cut in every single one of the next meetings, with it being the most overly weighted position here as far as probability goes. But we'll probably see these fluctuate a lot as other Fed meetings continue to draw near and we continue to get more economic data. If banks and stuff continue to collapse, though, I think the Fed is going to have to start cutting rates more drastically and sooner than they expect to. And whenever the economy actually hits the proverbial brick wall, they're going to have to possibly even do an emergency meeting where they'll cut rates more than 25 basis points and maybe even send them back almost to zero. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what catalyst is going to cause the Fed to actually have to change their outlook that drastically. In positive news, though, it looks like FTX is expecting to fully repay customers what their balances were supposed to be whenever the thing collapsed. And I don't think they're going to be paying them back in the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency value, but the dollar value, because some of the cryptocurrency was recovered, and since then it has gone way up. So they probably have the dollar value that people were missing, and I guess they're going to be able to dish that stuff out. But it does look like they've already probably sold most of the cryptocurrency that they had to do to accumulate that cash. And now they've also decided that they're not going to restart the defunct crypto exchange, which is really just great news altogether, but I don't think it's good enough to send the price up. If we continue to see these banks collapsing and the Fed actually has to come out and do some kind of emergency funding, then I think we're going to see Bitcoin and cryptocurrency explode just like we did last time. But it looks like the government's not done flinging FUD in our direction, because here we have an article by Bloomberg that says Bitcoin miners use as much electricity as everyone in Utah. They're coming back again with this old thing, and they're trying to attack the cryptocurrency industry again by saying that it's using way too much electricity. And apparently now there's also news that crypto miners will have to start reporting their energy use in the US, which obviously insinuates and makes people scared that there's probably going to be continued attacks and limitations set on crypto miners and stuff like that to try to keep them within the ESG narrative and whatnot. But many people have already debunked the theory that Bitcoin uses too much energy and that it's bad for the environment. And there's many things that use way more energy, like drying your clothes and just running Christmas lights and crap like that. So this is really just an old argument that is really tired, and I just wish it would go away. But since BlackRock and Larry Fink are actually moving away from the ESG narrative, and we all know that they actually run the world, as according to Mr. Fink, it's because it's been misused by the far left and the far right. And I guess he just doesn't see it as economically viable anymore, really, which is pretty obvious if you ask me. But with Larry Fink and BlackRock leaving the ESG narrative behind and now starting to jump on the Bitcoin narrative, I think it's just a matter of time until that old tired narrative about Bitcoin using too much energy actually will die. It's just going to take a little bit of time for this boat to actually turn around, because they've been pushing the ESG narrative for so dang long that they've already got all these bills and everything that are taking their time to work their way through the system. And after all of this stuff starts to die down a little bit, I think it's going to be Bitcoin's time to really shine, because all of these institutions and the government are just going to follow the money, and all of the money is going into Bitcoin. In the meantime, though, we might still have some more sideways momentum or even some downward pressure before the halvening. But with BlackRock and all of these institutions jumping into the cryptocurrency space, I think it's just a matter of time until everybody gets on board. And if you already got your bags packed and you're ready to go, then you're going to be ready when this thing blasts off to the moon, and this time it might not ever come back. So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, because I'm going to be keeping you guys updated with the news the whole way. And most importantly, don't forget to have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.